Hi, this is John Separano in our fourth session, and I want to wrap up with this session talking a little bit about estate planning and some advanced charitable opportunities for you to consider. Estate planning, although it may sound boring and something you do once, it needs to be kept up and maintained because your life will keep evolving and the people in your life will come in and go out of it. Some may pass, some may move away, friendships break up, people get divorced, things need to be updated. As it relates to philanthropic though, intentions, you have to be focused on the charitable planning while people are alive, for people in your family, although not deductible for children and relatives. And then there is for the excess that you believe that they don't need, that you have a charitable intent for. Some of these are while you're alive, you may need some of that income. So during your lifetime, charitable remainder trusts can be used, which means that you'll get the income from this to support your lifestyle while you're alive, and then the charity gets it when you pass. There is the opposite, where you want the beneficiaries to receive the large inheritance, and that is when the charities have a charitable remainder trust, and during the time that you have it, the charity will get the interest and the dividends from these investments in it. It all depends on your circumstance. The tax laws and income tax laws keep changing, and in 2026, unless things are changed, the estate planning exemption is expected to be cut basically in half. So that means it's going to be going from approximately $13 million to $6.5 million at that point. That's what's anticipated. For many of our clients where this can become a estate tax problem, we are working with them now to help them use these charitable opportunities and these different vehicles to get money into the hands of the charities and their heirs without making the IRS one of their charitable contributions. One of the considerations in philanthropic planning is having the family involved. This is a very touchy subject matter, and studies have shown that very few families have actually had this discussion with their children in many cases. Sometimes it's just because they don't want them aware of how much they have. Others are afraid that it'll stop them from being productive. But for the families who use this as an opportunity to educate them, they can carry on their legacy for the charities that the parents have been very excited about helping while they're alive and when they pass. I have some families that I've worked with where they've set up educational trusts for doing so, or even used donor advised funds for this, in order for them to annually get together, stay in touch, and carry on the legacy of their parents on giving back to their communities and causes that they were so inclined to give while they were alive. This is an opportunity to educate their children about how they can make a difference in other people's lives and not just focus on themselves. We can help facilitate these family meetings via Zoom or in person, either way. I just recently helped family members living in different parts of the country, and the parent actually asked me to do it. In doing so, it was able to help people dispel the notion of what mom or dad was doing and why they wanted them to be involved, and to understand that this wasn't a given that they were going to get 100% of the estate. What was more important is that they understood what their parents' goals were while they were alive and how they wanted to pass on those same notions of giving back to the community because they were so blessed. By doing this advanced planning, we'll be taking advantage of the opportunities that exist today that may not be there in the future. Knowing that tax laws will change and we'll have to stay in tune with them, we'll keep you informed of these changes and how they can impact you and your estate planning, as well as your philanthropic intent. Thank you for listening in and hearing about these various different opportunities. In one-on-one sessions with any one of our advisors, we'll be glad to sit down and see how any of this applies to you after we hear what your goals are and your intent while you're alive and when you pass. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed these sessions.